So hi everyone, let's talk about the meta. So for this video, the starting point will be talking about position 2 getting Swordmaster. So position 2 gets Swordmaster by going to smuggling round 1, smuggling round 2, and in combination with a few other things, this is very strong. They can get their last Solari through combat or playing specific leaders, and this gets them Swordmaster. Swordmaster in Immortality is very strong because there are a lot of good cards to play. You can play Experimentations, you can play Faction Access, and you can play your Signet Ring. All these cards are very good to play, whereas previously you don't have your Experimentations to play. So yeah, so now Swordmaster is a lot better even without buying many cards, and you have access to very premium cards that anyone can buy. And I think with the atomics also, your card quality has increased. So that's why I think playing in this strategy is good, because when you have Swordmaster, you just tend to win a lot more games. So this is done mainly by second player going to mainly playing Experimentations, going smuggling round 1. He goes up, he gets 1 Solari, then after that he comes down, then he gets 5 Solari, and then gets 1 more. Yeah, and he gets one more later on. So this is where I think the meta was at. So after that, what has developed, right, is that position 3, right, is finding a way to get Swordmaster, assuming that position 2 goes smuggle. So position 3 cannot get Swordmaster round 2, he tries to get Swordmaster round 3. And he does that by going to the other spot which gives a lot of Solari, which is mainly Conspire. So through whatever the first combat is, let's say this Solari, he goes and picks up water, he collects spice, and later on he conspires while picking up some Solari from here. That gets him to 8 Solari, and then allows him to get Swordmaster in round 3. So one thing to know about position 2 and position 3, right, is that if they don't get it position 2, then their last in turn order. If you don't get it like in round 3, then your last in turn order from position 3 as well. So this is how I think the meta has been moving. There's always options for any of the players to go full space, assuming any of these are blocked. Which is, I think, what we'll probably see people move towards again. So what is happening now, right, is that there's some counterplay from position 1. There are a lot of top players who I think value blocking smuggling round 1. So they do this because smuggling is so good for player 2 if he goes up and down. So by blocking it round 1, right, and getting this Solari, it prevents your player 2 from doing all the broken things. And then I think when we go back and talk about shipping, right, we must understand how the shipping track functions. Shipping track functions, as Seven Spirit says, it is a delayed it's a delayed benefit. So when you go up, you only get 1, but you only get your rewards when you come down. So as such, you actually do want to come down as quickly as possible, because only then you get your rewards. So you think about it, when you go up, you get 1 Solari, but when you come down, you get 6 Solari. So actually, the most important thing about it is coming down. Why previously this was bad is because in position 1, even if you go smuggling, there's a high likelihood that other players will go smuggling rounds 2, rounds 3, and you will not see it until round 4, round 5, which then is very late for your round 1 investment. So what ways are there to play around this? I think the easiest way to play around this is to play Handro. When you play Handro, right, what happens is that you have additional way to come down the shipping track, and that's through Signet Ring. Right, you Signet Ring, you pay 1 spice, you come down, it gets you to 6 Solari, and your last Solari you can get either through wealth or through combat, ideally through combat. Yeah, and this allows you to get Swordmaster as early as round 2. Okay, so this allows player 1 to get Swordmaster round 2, and it prevents player 2 from getting it, because to get Swordmaster, he kind of needs to smuggle. I think there's some lines to play for player 2 which get you Swordmaster round 2, even if red does this, right, by going to Conspire. But I think the meta currently is by player 1 blocking smuggling, and I don't think like the other players have reacted to this the best. What people are doing is people are reverting back to going to full space. So position 2 will try to go full space. And the reason full space is good is that you get interstellar shipping. The reasons that they are bad is that somehow or other in X, there are a lot of ways which people are managing to get up to the spacing friendship. Maybe by playing certain leaders, maybe 4th position Tessia or 4th position Baron, or some ways that prevent your full space from being totally dominant. Full space also runs into the issue of that your one of your turns is very passive and leads to the benefits being very cheap for the rest of the table. Okay, so back to the how the meta has developed. Yes, so player 1 goes smuggling first action, and this gets him Swordmaster round 2. So 6 Solari, 2 from here or maybe 2 from combat. Hanjo's not the only leader who can do this. I think other leaders like Yuna or Elysia have a shot of doing this as well. Not as reliably as Hanjo, but I think Hanjo, Yuna, Elysia in that order probably are the ones who are most able to benefit from this smuggling. The other leaders that you could do it probably is Ilban and Lito, but Ilban and Lito, their lines are a bit different. Like when you play Ilban, you kind of want to draw Signet Ring into Mentat, but even then it's also not the best for Ilban. But for Lito, actually, it's pretty good counterplay if you go smuggling and then go into Mentat. So even if someone goes to Wealth, right, then you can always still go Mentat and block with Lito. So those are some of the more interesting developments, I think, into the meta, and that's how the meta is moving. So after this video, I'll have a full game where I play from another game and where I play from position 1 as Hanjo. You can see how I get Swordmaster round 2 and how I navigate the win from there, and things that you prioritize.